Hello everyone, I'm Greg Mailer, creator of Tournament Fishing, the deck building game. Today I'm going to show you a demonstration on Tabletop Simulator of the game in the solo mode. As you open up the Tabletop Simulator mod, it is set up for 4 players. Each player has a fishing area, their starting deck, a discard pile, and a live well. There's the bait shop supply here. There's the clock deck, the lake deck, your rods, and this is a new expansion I've added to the mod recently. It adds in boats to the rules and to the game. It's an expansion that is coming with this crowd cell on the game crafter, and it comes packaged with the game. Later on I will add it as an expansion in the shop, and so you're going to get it for a lot cheaper by doing it this way. So it's kind of a perk for backing the game or for getting a copy now. So anyhow, let's go ahead and set up a solo game. I'm going to go ahead and delete the other decks, and I'm going to be using this one. I'll give it a shuffle. I'm going to go ahead and use boats as well, so we can demonstrate that for you. So I'm going to shuffle those. For the solo tournament, you do shuffle the clock deck, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. In the regular tournament multiplayer, you leave it from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, we'll go ahead and shuffle the lake deck and shuffle the bait shop supply. We're going to go ahead and get some stuff set up for the game. We'll go ahead and deal out 5 cards for the row to buy from, and we will go ahead and put out the lake. Now for a 1 or 2 player game, you do 1 row of 5 cards, and there's going to be 8 in each pile or lake spot. In a 3 player game, there's going to be 2 rows of 4, and then in a 4 player game, there's going to be 2 rows of 5. And the reason for that is so that we can have some competition over what spots are available. You can't just stick out in a corner and kind of be off by yourself. You're going to have some competition from other anglers, and so in order to get that, I condensed the sizes progressive by player count so that it's balanced. Okay, so I've set that up. 8 in each pile. Let's go ahead and draw ourselves 2 rods and see what we have here. We get to choose one of these. So we have a lunker rod, 2 power. During the cast phase, if you cast to a fish that has 6 power or higher, you gain 2 more angler power. And the other one is the long rod. During the reel phase, you may reroll any 1 fight die, and then on top of that you gain 2 angler power as a base. So I'm going to go ahead and use the long rod, and I'm going to put that there. This rod and reel stays in play, and so I'm going to lock it down with the, where's it at? The toggle, I think it's toggle, yeah. So I'm locking it down with the toggle. Okay, and then after that we're going to do our boats. Now the boat expansion says during step 2 of the setup, which is when I get the rods. After I get the rods, you will deal out 2 boats to each player, and I'm going to delete those because I don't need them anymore. And we're going to flip these over and see See what we have here. It's going to be sideways, but this one's a center console boat. And it says during the search phase, when an effect allows you to scan another leg spot after that effect is resolved. And then the other one is a skiff. If a fish bites during the cast phase, you can draw a card, but if it doesn't, you discard a card. I think I'm going to demonstrate the so my rod was re-rolling a fight die. You kind of want to choose based on what your rod was. So I'm going to be able to have some mitigation. So this one, skiff, is sort of going on the angle of mitigation. So I'm going to choose the center console so I can get a little bit better scanning. So let's turn this here and put it next to my rod. I shouldn't have done that actually. Control Z. Control Z again. Control Z again. Okay, so I didn't want to delete that, and here's the reason why. The other thing you do is once you pick a boat out, we can flip it over and it becomes our live well. If you can see, it's got kind of an outline of a lake card, and so this is gonna, and there's in the background it's kind of a picture of a boat, and so when you're playing the physical copy, it'll just set out there, and then you can put your fish on there, simulating a live well. So shouldn't have done that. So okay, let's go ahead and lock this one down too, so I can remember that it's there. Now the boat is just like the rod and reels, in that you get its effect every turn, and it stays in play. And so this is sort of like your asymmetric powers in other games, where it's a little bit slightly different for every angler depending on what they choose and what they get dealt. If you're first starting off, if you don't want to make it a choice, so you can't quite, because you don't quite know what's ahead of you, you can just deal out one and let each player use that one. But it's up to you. Also, I do suggest the boat expansion, that you wait until you've played a couple times before you add it in there, so it's not as complicated. Okay, so next we will go ahead and set our color to here so that we will be dealt cards. And I think we're almost ready. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and draw our opening hand of 5 cards. And when you're playing a solo tournament, the first thing you do is draw the top card of the clock deck and turn it over and look and see what it is. So the top portion tells you to lose from the tournament the second and third position in the bait shop row. So I'm going to delete those. And then on the bottom portion, on the lake portion, it says on the second position, the second leg spot, we're going to remove the top card or lose the top card from the game. And you are allowed to look at it to see what it was. And so it was a 9-point black largemouth bass. Okay, that one's going to be deleted. And that's all the angler does, the AI angler did on that turn. And what that last action sort of represented was he casted there, or the angler AI casted there, didn't catch the fish. And normally what happens is it dives to the bottom of the lake spot, but to make it easier, I just remove it from the game. So then we're done with his turn and we get to move into our turn. The first thing I always do is look at the next card on the clock so that you can see what effect you're going to be getting. The time doesn't matter. Thematically, it's all out of order, but what matters is this bottom portion. So it says during the search phase, I may discard a card to draw a card. So I can look at my hand here and see if there's any of them I want to discard to draw, because the very first phase is your search phase on your turn. So I do have a lot of lures. I have 3 lures, so I might want to discard one of those. So let's go ahead and do that. Discarded that, now I get to draw one. And that was during my search phase. I don't have any other cards that allow me to do anything during the search phase. So now I'll move to the cast phase. During the cast phase, I can play as many cards as I want. I have to play one lure, and it must be in my hand to start the phase. So I have two lures here, the green ones here. I have a black spoon and a yellow minnow. So I can choose whichever one I want to play. You only play one lure though, you don't play multiple. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with the spoon, which is a black lure. I've got a base of 2 power, and so I could boost it up with the pitch cast action. You can play 1 cast per turn. I could the hook cards, the hook action, you save until you've casted. So they're a little bit more powerful because you can wait and hold them in your hand. The pause would have actually comboed with the minnow, but I'm going to go with that, and I'm going to wait, and perhaps I can catch something with 4 or lower as a reaction. So I'm going to just go with this. And part of what you're doing in the cast phase is just finding out what's out there. So I'm going to cast to this first position and see what it is. It's a 5 green. I have a black lure, and I only have 2 power. So I will just keep a mental note that that is there. And then for easy purposes, I'm going to go to the second position and cast there. And there's a 6 red. So I know there's a 5 green and a 6 red. And so I'm going to flip it, put it back. I didn't catch anything, but I did gain some valuable information about what's out there for future turns. So now I move on to, I skipped the reel phase because I didn't get a fish to bite. And then I move over to the buy phase, and I've got 3 cards in the shop. Master Shot, which costs us 5 money. I've got Paddles, and then Hold Still, which is a 2 power, which boosts live bait lures. And in my hand I've got 4 money, 4 cash. In the bottom left hand corner, your starting cards all start with 1 except for the tackle box, which has 2. So I've got a total of 4. I can't buy the Master Shot. I could buy the I could buy both of these if I wanted, and I might as well. Let's go ahead and discard all 4 of my cards to generate the 4 money I need to buy both of these. And then at the end of the phase, they come into your hand, and then you move to the cleanup step. The cleanup step, anything you've played in your play area, you will discard, and then you will draw back up to your hand size and refill the bait shop supply row with cards. Alright, and that's 1 turn down. Now we'll move to the next turn and see what the AI does. He's going to remove from the game the second one, and then in the 4th position he's going to remove this, but we get to see what it was. 3 green. Okay, now it's our turn, and we've got some cards here now. Let's see what. Ooh, so the clock card is showing that we have to discard a card, which is not cool. So let's discard the reel. Then we have Paddles. Now, okay, so I moved to the search phase. This was in the search phase, so I went ahead and did that, and it's mandatory to discard that card. So now I can look at my Paddles. It has a trigger that says in the search phase we get to draw a card, and then after that we can discard a card and draw a card up to 2 times. So it's a way to get some good card draw. I also have the tackle box, which can give me some card draw too. You look at the top 3 cards and then take 1 into your hand and put the other 2 back on any order. So if I remember, I needed a green, and oh man, I think I forgot what that was, but I have a red lure in my hand. Let's go ahead and play the Paddles, and you get to draw a card. Okay, I guess that's the last card in my deck, and then I can discard a card to draw a card up to 2 times if I would like. Let's go ahead and discard the Fall, and since I don't have any more cards, I'm going to shuffle and draw one. And I could do it again if I want. I think I'm going to stick with this. So I'm going to play the red lure here. So I'm moving on to the cast phase. I'm going to forego using the tackle box for its trigger and instead save it for maybe its money. Okay, so I start the cast phase with a lure, so I go ahead and play it. I've got a red base of 2 power once again, so I could play this hold still, but I think I just want to figure out some information about what's out there, and I totally forgot what that was, so I'm going to cast red back there. And it was a 6 red. I thought it was red, but I wasn't sure, so I don't have enough. I could play the set, but that would only get me to 4. So I'm going to put it back, and I'm just going to move on down the line. See what I got here. 8 black. Okay. So we're looking at, I think it was 5 green, 6 red, 8 black. And now I ended the cast phase, and I'm moving on to the buy phase, bypassing the real phase as well, since I didn't get anything to bite. And I've got this time 5 money to spend. I could get that master shot. There's also a side pop, jiggle, and a quick reel. That master shot is very enticing. The side pop is as well. I think I will spend all 5 of my money to the discard pile to get this master shot. Alright, and then anything we played, we discard, and then we refill the shop and draw back up to our hand size, and then that's it. Now we're moving to turn 3, I believe. So let's see what the AI does. He's going to delete the first 2 cards, and then going to remove that first position. So it's interesting that he has been removing cards the first 3 times. Okay, so that green 5-point fish is no longer there, so we don't know what this is. That was a 6 red, and that was an 8 black, I believe. So, now I get to look at this. I get +2 in my cast phase this turn. So that's going to help, because that means I got a base power of 4 to start off. I don't have any cards for the search phase, and I haven't been making very good use of this center console boat that I'm using. I need some scan effects if I'm going to make that to the best use. But I do have this black lure, and I know that's an 8-point fish there. I've already got 4 power. So if I wanted, I could play this master shot and have a really good chance. I know I'm going to get him to bite, because I'm going to have 5 plus 4, which is 9, and a black. And I would have 3 cards left to potentially counter any fighting that he does. And also, I can reroll one of the fight dice. So I'm pretty confident that I can get that. Now, I could cast here to see what that is, because you get 2 free casts if you remember. So I could forego and just go, because I know that's there. But then I have to give up and forfeit my cast, because he's gonna bite it. But it's sort of a gamble, because I don't know what this is. It could be a nasty event that hurts me. It could benefit me, or it could be like a low black fish, and I just wasted this huge master shot on a low fish. But to beat this AI, you have to make some gambling. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to see what this is. Oh, so it's a 10-point black. I have 9, so I was really close. But it's good to know that that's there. And then for my second cast, I'm going to go here, and we know it's that 8-point. I have 9 and black. So now we move, and I can show you how the real phase works. So we have got it to bite. and we move to the real phase, and we look down here in the bottom portion, and it shows an orange and a purple die with the re-roll symbol. So we will take the, and where did I get this from? I like to keep it in the row that you got it from in case you lose it or in case you don't catch it, because it's going to dive to the bottom. So just to keep track of what row or spot it was in, kind of keep it lined up here. And then we will take the 2 dice and give it a roll and see what we ended up with. We got a boat and a debris. So a yellow and a red. I look in my hand, and lo and behold, I have a yellow right here in the top left corner is the symbol pane that you use to counter the dice. If I discard this card, it will counter one debris symbol. This one will counter the anchor or boat symbol, and that one will counter the anchor or boat symbol. Now I could still use this reroll power to try to get something else, but here's the thing. If I do, I might get a jump symbol. If I get a jump symbol, which is the green one, I don't have any green counters in my hand. So I am better off going with what is here and discarding. I'm going to discard the pause to counter that die, and I'm going to discard the reel to counter this die. And so in doing that, I successfully catch this fish. So I'm going to pick it up and put it right here in my live well. Perfect. So that's our first catch, and the AI has not caught anything yet, so we are ahead 8-0. But trust me, that is going to change pretty soon. So I look back in my hand, and I have 1 card left, $1, and I look into the row, and then there's a 5, 2, and a 2, so I can't buy anything. So I go to the cleanup phase. I discard everything in play, and then I draw back up to my hand size. I'm going to need to draw 1 more, so I will shuffle and draw 1. Okay, now we're moving right along. See what the AI does. Okay, so he's going to delete that one there, and then this action down here on the lake says if it's question marks with a green outline, it means that he gets to catch. The AI catches the top card of a lake spot of your choice. So if you've been casting a lot and you know what fish are out there, you want to give him the lowest one, obviously, because you're trying to beat his score, and so the highest is the best. So we don't want to give him one that's very high. Problem is, I don't think I know very much. I do know there's a 10-point black, so I obviously don't want to give him that one. I think that's a 6 red, and we just caught the 8 black from here, so I don't know which one to give him. I might give him this one, and it might be a huge fish. This one I don't know, and that one I don't know. This one I could give him a 6-point red, and I don't have any red to try to catch this one right now. I also can look here, and I'm going to get -1 in the cast phase. So you got some choices. I think I'm going to go ahead and just gamble and try to give him something over here. So let's just do that. Great. So I gambled and ended up giving him an 8-point fish, which the black symbol there with the 8 is how much points it is at the end of the game as well. So we're both now, once you reveal it, by the way, and he catches it, you turn it over, and so you kind of have to remember what it was. You don't quite know what score that he has. But right now we are tied 8-8. Okay, so now we look and see what we're going to be having. -1 in the cast phase, and we have a base of 2, so we're going to have a base of 1 now. I have my master shot back, and I have a green and a yellow lure, and I don't have any search phase effects, so I will move to the cast phase. I'm tempted to use the master shot, but I might want to use it for its 2 money. Maybe I'll go with the pitch. Maybe I won't go with anything. Alright, so this turn I'm just going to kind of do some shopping. And so I'm going to just throw out the salmon eggs as a green lure with only 1 power is all I'm going with. And I'm saving the rest to buy some stuff over here, some good stuff. But I'm going to cast so that I can get some information. So let's see what's here. I'm going to cast there. It's a 5 yellow. Okay, good. And then I'm going to cast here a 7 black. Okay, 5 yellow, 7 black. Alright, cast phase over, reel phase is skipped, and we move to the buy phase. Okay, we got a frog, $2, side pop 5, jiggle, which boosts dropper lures, and then quick reel, which boosts runner lures. Okay, I think I might go with the side pop if I have enough. I have $5, yes. So I'm going to spend the $5 by discarding it and get the side pop into my hand at the end of the phase, and then move to the cleanup. Cleanup, I will discard the cards I played, refill the bait shop, and draw back up to my hand size. Okay. And now it is time to move on to the next round. So we've got the first and last position are gone, and then he's going to remove this one. I don't even know if I knew what that was. Ooh, it was the 12 point. That's the biggest fish in the game, and it takes a live bait lure of any color, and you need to generate 12 power, and it rolls all the dice. So it's like the ultimate fish. And so, but he's removing it. Thank goodness he didn't catch it. Okay, so that's a good thing. Here he would have got 12 points. Now I look here, and I've got another +2 in my cast phase, so I have a base of 4. And I look over here. There's a fishing shades which gives you a scan effect, and if I remember, my boat gives me bonus to scanning. So I want to try to have $3 to buy that, because that'll start really helping me throughout the rest of the game. And I look in my hand. I've got the black spoon. I've got the side pop. I've got a 4 base power. I might be able to get some pretty good. I know that was a 7 black there, and I think that's a 10 black. So I could try to go for the 10, but I think I'm going to keep it safe and go with the. First off, I'm going to play the tackle box, I think. That's too money, though. Maybe I'll go with the paddles. All the choices we have here. Okay, so I'm just going to keep what I have in my hand, play the side pop. So I'm skipping the search phase, and my plan is to do a side pop with a spoon. And that's going to give me a total of 8 power black. That was a green 5, I think. I don't know what this one is. I'm not going to gamble, I don't think, this time. Should I gamble? I'm going to gamble. You got to do it. Oh. Okay, so this was a gamble. I didn't know what was there, but it's a 5 any color lure. So I've got 8, and I've got black lure. So this largemouth took the bait, and he's going to be rolling the white and the purple die, and re-rolling any blanks that he gets. That's what the little recycle re-roll symbol means over there. So let's go ahead and roll the dice and see what he gets. Now he did get a blank, so I have to re-roll that one time. And he got a blank again. Good. So I've got a boat, and it just so happens that I do have a boat symbol. Now this is a good time to talk about this. This paddles, if you look at its symbol pane, it has a debris yellow and a boat or anchor red. When you discard a card, it only generates one of its symbols. It can only counter one of them, so it doesn't get both. But you get to choose which one. So I can choose the red one to counter that die, and which is good because in my hand I didn't have any other red ones, so it's good that I kept the paddles instead of using it for its power, for its search phase effect. I kept it and used it for its dice mitigation. or countering. So that's sort of what you need to do in order to catch these fish. So we successfully caught this guy, and now we have 13 points in our live well, and we have 2 cards back, and that is great because if you remember, I was talking about at the beginning of the turn, I want to try to buy this fishing shades, and so it's a no-brainer. I've already decided to do that, and so I'm going to buy that into my hand. Now I discard what I've played and refill the bait shop supply, and then draw back up to 4 or 5 cards. And okay, now we're going to the next turn. He's going to remove the 4th position, and he's going to remove that one. Man, he's getting a lot of remove cards. Usually there's a balance between which ones he removes and which one he catches. Okay, so, I was wrong. I thought that was a 5 green. It was a 5 yellow. Okay, so, but it's gone anyway. He's deleting it. And now we look and see what we get to scan a lake spot. Ooh, and that's going to trigger this. So look, search phase. When an effect allows you to scan another lake spot after that effect is resolved. So I get that search phase effect from the clock, and I also have this one if I want to use it as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is use that clock effect. Since I don't know what this one is, I'm going to scan it. Now when you scan, it's like a cast, but you look at it and put it right back. If it's an event, you don't resolve it. So now it's a 4 green. I know that's there. And then my boat's going to trigger, so I get to do another one. Do I know what? Yeah, that was the 7 black. Let's do this one. 8 green. Okay. So I think it was a 4 green, 8 green, 7 black. Now I'm going to play my fishing shades, which allow me to, they give me 1 power, angler power, and then in the search phase scan a lake spot and then draw a card. So I'm going to scan this one. That's 6 red. So 4 green, 7 black, I think it was 8 red, I think it was 8 green and 6 red. Alright, so now that that's scanned, I can go ahead and scan this one too. I believe that's a 10 black already. I already knew what it was, but it's good to get another. So now I know, or I've looked at all of these, so that's how powerful that this center console can be once you start getting it to combo. Because it's very good to know all that information. Now I get to draw a card. I need to flip back my deck, move it over, shuffle, draw 1. What did I get? I got a tackle box. I do have a red lure. Okay, I'm going to use my tackle box. It's still the search phase, so I still can use it. Look at the top 3 cards and then take 1 into my hand, put 2 back on top. So draw 3. Okay. That's cool. I could take the paddles and start paddling. Yeah, I'm going to do that. This is going to be a big turn for me. So I'm going to take the paddles in my hand, put the 2 lures here. You know what did I hook that with? I wonder if I hooked that with it was a black, wasn't it? Yeah, I hooked it with a black. Okay. So I'm playing the paddles now, which allow me to draw a card. So I'm drawing another card, and then in succession I can discard a card to draw a card twice. So what am I be getting? I'm going to be getting 3 base power. I've got a red and a green lure so far. Let's discard the reel and draw 1. Yellow. Okay, I got to start remembering what was out there. I think I'm going to discard the yellow and draw 1 more. Hopefully I draw into something good. Okay, I got a pitch. Oh, okay. So I still have 5 cards in my hand. I think I'm going to go with a red or a green. Let's go with the green. Yeah, I've got a plan here. Hold still will give me +4. This one will give me +2. or that one. Okay, so let's so I don't remember what that was, so let's just do this one. So I'm going to play the pause, which gives me 1 power, but if I'm using a live bait lure, it adds +1. So that's 2 because this is a live bait lure. And so I'm playing quite a bit of stuff this now, and I believe I have a 5, and I know that's a 5 green. I think it is. Do y'all remember? Okay, so I think this is a oh, it's a 4 green, isn't it? Maybe I want to. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to use that one, which boosts my power up to 7, I believe. Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I still have 3 cards in my hand, and I'm going to cast this one, which I believe was a green 7, 8. Do I have 8? 4. This is what happens when you don't remember. So it was 8. I thought it was 7. And I don't have any way to boost that. But I do know that that one is a 4, and so I'm going to go ahead and cast there for my second cast. And I do get, do have the green lure. Now it says if a fish bites, place this in the bait bucket. Now the bait bucket, if you look in the rules, in the glossary, it is a position just near the bait shop row where you put the cards, and then it becomes a general supply, a bait bucket, if you will, that anybody can purchase from. They're $1 to buy back, and you can even buy them back on the same turn that they get put there if you want. It's entirely up to you. But now I move to the reel phase, and this guy is gonna be rolling, this catfish is gonna be rolling orange and white, and he doesn't have the re-roll symbol, so whatever this is what it is. So he did roll a blank, and he has a jump. It just so happens that I do have a jump here, and I do not. Okay, I know what's on the dice because if you look in the back of the rule book, it shows you what is on each dice or each die. And I do know that this white one has 3 jumps, 3 green, and 1 yellow or debris. And so I look in my hand, I have 2 red and 1 green. So if I try to re-roll this with my rod here, I might get that yellow, and then I would lose the fish because I can't counter it. However, I could get a blank and then not have to discard any cards. But I'm not going to gamble. I'm going to just discard the grasshopper here to counter that die. And that means I caught the fish. Yay. That's number 3, I think. And this actually thins my deck. Now that green is no longer in, that lure is no longer in my deck, so it got thinned a little bit. However, I got to be careful because now I can't catch any green fish. So I want to maybe buy some more lures if I can. Okay, so I move over to the buy phase next, and I've got 2 money, and I look over here. I can buy the frog, and that's it. But I'm going to go ahead and buy it. I'm going to spend these 2, discard them for their 2 money, and then okay, there, and then get that in my hand, and then I'm going to go to the cleanup phase, discard everything I played, which is quite a bit of stuff, and then I'm going to refill that, draw back up to 5, and I'm ready to go again. Alright, so what is the angler going to do this time? He's going to delete the crankbait, and then he's going to catch. Finally, he's catching a fish, and I don't even know what that one is because I just caught one there, and it's probably going to be something big. 7 of any color. Great. Okay, so I think he's already at 15 at least now. I'm not sure what I'm at, but it's not. It's a little bit higher than that. I have yeah, it's like 17 to 15 right now. Okay, so I'm still winning, but you know, it's probably going to change. So what do we got here? Discard a card to draw a card in the search phase. So I think, yeah, I don't have any other cards at a quick glance that I can use anything in the search phase. So I could discard a card to draw a card, and I think I might do the fall. Now, here's my plan, folks. I do remember that's a 10 black. I do have a black lure here. So my plan is to try to get 10, and I'm going to need quite a bit to do that. I'm going to have to play both of those, and then I'll have 11. And then that only gives me 2, though. I don't feel confident that I'm going to be able to catch that 10-pointer with only 2 cards left in my hand. Do I know anything else out there that's pretty good? This one I thought was pretty good. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the master shot. Do I want to discard? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just do it. Discard that to draw 1 card. And that's the last of my deck. And it's a okay. Master shot gives me 7 base power, and I'm gonna play this frog, and I'm gonna cast right here. I think should I gamble? I'm wondering if I should gamble. I'm gonna play it safe. Okay, 7 black, and I have 7 of any color. The frog is any color, so I did hook this guy, and I'm actually pretty happy about that. I've got 3 cards to counter anything he does. He's gonna be rolling a black, orange and purple. So let's see what he gets. Nice. He doesn't have the reroll symbol, so I did get a blank. I got pretty lucky there. Whoa. And he rolled. I could try to reroll this, but the purple die has a pop icon on it. If you roll that icon, the only way to mitigate it or to counter it is to reroll or flip. And so if I did roll that pop, I would lose this lure and I would lose the fish. So I'm going to keep it safe, and I don't like using this side pop because it's such a powerful card, but you know, it's the only one that I have that's green, and so I'm going to use it for, even though it has 3 symbols, you only get to use 1, and so I'm going to counter it with that one. And that means I caught a 7-point fish, and I'm happy with that. So that's great. And now I'm moving back to the buy phase, and I have 2 money, and I could, looks like I could get another paddles if I wanted. Oh, but here's the thing that I forgot to do that. The frog is a live bait lure, and they're all the same as far as that condition there at the bottom. So it should have went there before the real phase, but that's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just use my 2 money by discarding these to buy the frog right back, because it's a good lure, and I need lures. I could have bought this paddles, but I already have one, so I think this is going to be a good option for me. So let's go ahead and discard everything from play. It's the first thing you do, and then shuffle, draw 5 cards, and then redo that. All right. And let's see what the angler does this time. He's going to start catching some stuff. So let's see, 2, second position, and the 4th position. And he's going to be catching this one. I don't even remember if I know what that is. 8 green. Yeah, great. Okay. So there you go. 8 green. He's probably ahead of me at this point. How many turns we have left? We got about 5 turns left. Okay. Let's see what we're going to do here. Why do I have 6 cards? I think I accidentally drew 1 too many. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I should have 5. Okay, well, it's okay though that I did that, because look at this effect. We do get to draw cards, so that little goof up was okay. Alright. Do I know what's out there? Not really. It'd be nice to have my sunglasses, my fishing shades, to get some scanning power. But maybe I can use the paddles to draw into something else. I have my side pop again. And I have 2 power, that would be 6 power. And then I can use the set to boost that up to 8 if I needed. Let's use the paddles for its power. So draw a card. Hey, look at that. I ended up getting into the fishing shades. Okay, and then it says you may You may discard a card to draw a card up to 2 times in succession. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'm going to do that for this reel. And I'm going to do that for the fall that I just drew. Ah, see, that's the power of those paddles, is they now got me into a master shot, which, now one thing I want to keep in mind, I haven't really gone over this much, but this cast action, you can only play one, so I wouldn't be able to play both of them, but I could choose one of them to play. So let's see, now we're moving on to the cast phase, or actually, no, I'm going to do that. I'm going to play my fishing shades to scan a lake spot. He just caught this one, I think, so let's see what's there. Okay, so it says draw a card and then gain additional cast attempt. Ah, that's a good place to cast then, because it's kind of a free cast and you draw a card. So it's good to know that's there. And then on my boat, my center console bolt is going to trigger and allow me to scan another spot. I know that's the 10 black there. That might be where I'm going, actually, this turn. So let's see what this one is. Okay, so that's good to know that there's a 2 bluegill of any color there, because I don't really want 2 at this point in the game. Early on, that would be a good, start, but right now I don't want that. So it looks like I have a base of 3. Oh, and did I draw a card? No. Wait. I'm trying to think if I drew a card. No. I had the set there. So now I scanned, and now I'm drawing the card from that, from the fishing shades. And then I'm moving on to the cast phase. And I need to generate 10 power is my goal, and I've got 3 already out there. So what's the math? If I do the master cast, that'll put me at 8, and then I can use the set to get me to 10. And so that's what I'm going to do. And if that would have been a black lure, I probably would have used that one, but I'm going to use the frog. And we're going to cast, was it this one? Or is it that one? I think I'm going to cast here, because I think, yeah. So this event triggers during the cast. I found a hot spot. I get to draw a card, and then I gain an additional cast attempt. So I still have 2 casts, and I draw a card. So 1, and then I delete that from the game once you resolve it. So that just helped me out to go against this bigger fish here. And so I'm going to go. And I knew it was 10. I learned that early on from close to the beginning of the game. So somehow it stayed out there. The AI didn't go for it. So we have attracted this guy. And remember, the live bait lures go to the bait bucket over here after the fish bites them. So now this guy is a 10-pointer, and they roll all 3 dice, and they have the re-roll symbol. So, excuse me, if they roll a blank, they will re-roll them. So let's see what he gets. So he did roll 1 blank. I'm going to go ahead and roll it, see what he got. Alright, so he gets a debris, a jump. So he got a trifecta. He got 1 of each symbol. And so I gotta look at my hand and see if I can counter this. Ah, yeah, I think I can. I got the grasshopper for the jump. So I'm discarding the grasshopper for the jump. The boat, I'll do the minnow. And then for the set. Wait a second. I messed up. I was supposed to play the set. Okay, sorry folks. I was supposed to play the set to get my extra 2 power I needed. Yeah, 3, 5. Okay, and I should have done that because it could have explained it more. But you're like I said earlier a little bit, this hook action you can play after you cast to a spot and look. So if you're a little bit short, you can hold that hook card and then use it right at that moment, like you're setting the hook. And so that's why they're colored red, so that you can kind of remember that you can do that. So that I had to play that card in order to even get this guy. So it wouldn't have been in my hand, essentially. So I've got to use this side pop to counter that. Now I could, and I'm going to. I'm going to use finally use my long rod here. I'm going to re-roll this die here to see if I can get something else. And I got to jump. So I still have to use the side pop. Alright, so I was able to counter all that though. Oh man, wasn't supposed to delete those. Okay, so I hit the wrong button. So it's G. Okay, sorry. Why do I keep hitting the wrong button? Okay, G to group them up. And then put them in the discard. And I messed my screen up. Let's see. Okay. And then I caught this guy. You know, this is going pretty well. I might have a chance to beat this AI in this video. That would be really cool because I could demonstrate an actual win. Those have been few and far between here recently for me. I think I've played 6 games in the last few days, and I've only won once. So but you know, maybe I'll win this one. We'll see. All right, so we went to the rule phase, now we go to the buy phase, and it turns out I only have $1, and I could buy these salmon eggs, and I'm gonna do that because I don't have many lures in my deck, and so I'm guaranteed to have a lure next time from that. So I'll hit delete again, and I'm gonna discard my play area, drop to my hand size, refill the bait shop, supply, and move on to the next turn. Delete the anchor and the spinner bait, and he's going to catch. Ooh, I'm glad I caught that one because he's not going to get the 10-point fish, but he did get an 8. It's not much better, but it's a little bit better. Okay, how many turns do you have left? We have 4. I think 3 turns left. Okay, 3 or 4 turns left. All right. Now we go to the search phase. I get -2, so that is basically counter my rod where I have no base power at all. I've got a black lure and a green lure in my hand, a hold still which could boost that green one, and the pause which could boost the green salmon eggs. And then I've got my tackle box, which I'm going to go ahead and start off with that. So flip R, move the deck, and I get to draw 3. Put 1 in my hand, and I'm going to go with the fishing shades. That's sort of a no-brainer. And I'm going to put the pitch first, and then I'm going to put the master shot second. I'm going to play my fishing shades to scan a lake spot. It's just going to trigger my boat, so I get to scan 2 lake spots. I'm going to go ahead and do this one because I don't know what's there. So what is this? An 8 red. I don't have a red lure, but I don't have a red lure, so okay. Do I know that one? I don't really know this one, I don't think. So let's go with that one. 10 green. Ooh, I do have a green. Okay. 10 green. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to. I have 1 power right now, but I do get to draw a card, and I knew there was my master shot there, so that'll give me up to 6 power. And I could get to 10 with the hold still. I probably am not going to do this, but if I did that and that would give me, let's see, this, and use the salmon eggs. That would boost it up to 10. But I'd only have 2 cards left in my hand, and I would have to have pretty much the perfect roll to have a chance. I have 1 reroll. I don't think that's a good idea. I really don't. So I'm not going to do that. We'll do something else. I could get 5 power, or that would be what, 6 green. I could go with a black and have this, but then I wouldn't have. Okay, so I'm going to go with green, I think. And I'm just going to cast here. I don't really even know what it is, but I'm going with green, and I have 6 power. 9 red. Okay. And I already looked at that. That was the 10. What was that? I've already forgotten. I don't know what this is. Oh, sorry. I do that sometimes. So there's a 6 red and a 9 red. And so I didn't get either one. Even with all that scanning and the master shot, I just could not attract anything with the salmon eggs. So, but one thing about this game, it balances really well. If you don't get a fish and you don't catch one, usually that means you have more left in your hand, and so you can buy better stuff. So it sort of balances out. You catch something, you might not get to buy much. If you don't catch something, you should get to buy more. So it does balance out in that way. I do have 4 money, and I could buy another fishing shades. I could do the swivels, which is a really cool attachment that goes onto your rod and allows you to switch out lures in a way that sort of breaks the rules. You can do it in the middle of a cast. You can do it like after your first cast. You can also do it to begin your first cast if there's one in the discard pile. So it's a pretty cool card. And then, of course, there's a lure attractant, another attachment that attaches to a lure and essentially gives it 1 power, and it becomes like the frog, where it can attract any color. So I could actually put the lure attractant on the spoon and make it get 1 power. So that one's a pretty good option too. I could buy back the frog. Man, lots of options. I could buy this to get some more scanning power. Oh man, what am I gonna do? I just have so many things I can do. I guess I'm gonna keep the black. Did I know there was a black? I'm just talking. I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself a lot. But okay, so move over a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna buy the fishing shades, and I only have $1 left over, so I can't buy anything else. And then I will discard everything in play. Draw back 3 cards, and we got a plastic worm, hold still, and a bobber. Okay, that -2 power really stifled me on that turn, or I could have maybe went to it for a better fish. Okay, so the hold still is going to be deleted, and this time we get to remove any fish of our choice from the lake. I do remember that was a 2-point fish there, so I will remove that one because I don't want that 2-point fish at all. So let's delete it. Okay, now we move to the search phase. +1, so I have a base of 3 this turn. And I'm going to use my fishing shades to give me a base of 4. I get to scan a spot. Let's scan this one that was just removed. 3 red. I don't really want to even mess with that at all. I don't have a red lure anyway. And then I get my boat triggers, so I get to look at another one. And man, I've already forgot. I'm getting tired. 8 red. Alright, so a bunch of red stuff out here. I don't have a red lure, but I do get to draw a card. I got a yellow. This turn is not going to look too great for me. I've got 4 power. I could boost it up to 6 with the set. I could throw out a pitch, and then be able to boost 8, but that would extend me pretty well. I don't remember any black stuff out there. I think I remember a yellow one, but I've already forgotten. Fall would take a dropper lure. Okay, so that could boost that one. I'm gonna go with the yellow and try to cast. I'm gonna cast here to start off. 9 red. I kind of knew that. I knew that. What is this guy? 6 red. Oh man, everything's red. 3 red here. Alright, so I didn't catch anything. I do have 4 money left to buy now. 5, 3. There's the bobber. I could buy back the frog. Yep, that's going to be my option there. I'm going to go ahead and take 2. I'm going to take 2 and buy the frog back. And then I'm going to spend the other 2 to buy the swivel, I think, or the bobber. Oh, the bobber, because that is going to combo really well with the frog. Okay, So I'm going to buy the bobber and the frog. They're going into my hands, and then discard what I played. Draw 3, and then I think we're only going to have a couple more turns left. Yeah, 2 or 3 more turns left. So let's see how we can finish off here. So you're going to delete the one there and the one there. He's going to catch this one, which is a 7 red, wasn't it? Or 6 red. Yep, so he's probably moved ahead of me by now. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, we have +1 again, so base of 3. I do have the bobber, which is the first time we're going to be able to play an attachment. So in the search phase, I might not want to use it if I have a side pop, but I've already kind of forgot what's out there. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to use the paddles. So try to get into some other cards. So I get to draw a card, and then I can discard it. I'm going to discard the reel and then draw. And then I need to flip, reshuffle, draw 1, and then I can do it one more time. Yellow minnow. Oh, there's a red. Oh yeah, I'll use that one because I know there's quite a few red out there. But I'm going to discard that one and draw one more, and I got a pitch. Okay. So now I could have 3, 7, and I already have 3. So I could get up to 10 with these two. I don't need 10 though. I need about 7. I think there was only 7. What was this one? That one was 3. I know that one. This one I think was 9 actually. So I want to get up to 9 if I can. So that's 6. So if I threw out the pitch to start off, that would give me 5. No, 5. And then the side pop would give me 9. And then I can play the grasshopper. So I'm going to pitch it out there to get 2, and then I'm going to do a side pop with this red grasshopper here. And then I've got 2 really good cards to counter with, and I can reroll 1. And I believe, which one was it? Is it that one or that one? Let's go with this one. 9 red. Hey, my memory served me well on that one. So this one, he bid it, so this goes into the bait bucket. And then this guy is going to roll all 3 dice. He does not have the reroll symbol, so I will be able to not have... Oh no. Oh no. It's not going to really matter in this case. Well, folks, it turns out that I rolled the pop. And so I have to re-roll this if I want to even catch. Problem is that since I have to re-roll that one, I look at these over here and I've got 2 green and I only have 1 green. So it's not even going to matter. Pop, if I had a different lure besides this one, the pop also makes you lose the lure, but I wasn't casting with one where that would have mattered anyway. But you do lose the fish, and so what's going to happen is he's going to dive to the bottom. This is the first time this has happened. He's going to dive to the bottom of this pile, so he's essentially gone, because I'm never going to be able to get down to that far. Probably, I shouldn't say never, but chances are in this far in the game, I only got 2 turns left. Actually, I only have 1 turn left. So anyway, that's just not going to happen. And so then we move on to the buy phase. I do have 6 money. Wow, I have $6. I could get the plastic worm, swivels, or another frog. What should I do? I'm going to keep what I have, I think. Yeah, I don't see much of a reason to get anything else, so I'm not going to buy anything. And since this is the last round, yeah, this is going to be the last round coming up, so I don't need to refill the bait shop because it's just not going to matter at all, because this is the last round. But I do need to draw back up my hand size, and I do need to resolve the angler the last turn. So the last turn he would have deleted that, but it's not going to matter. And he will catch this one, which we don't know what it was. Oh, and it was a 9-point fish. That is probably gonna seal the fate of a loss, almost guaranteed. If that would have been a lower fish, I might have had a chance. But this is the last turn, and we'll see what I can do with it. But so I do have a scan, and let's see what this one is. A 6 black, okay. And I get one more scan. So, which one do I want to go to? 10 green. Hey, that might be a good one to go for. I actually remembered looking at that one at one point in time. And I get to draw a card from the Fishing Shades. Once again, I got to do 2 scans because of my boat power. So now I'm going to play the tackle box. I might as well see if I can draw into something good. Not really. Got a set. I'm not even going to be able to have enough power to get to 10. It doesn't look like. Because, I forgot to mention the last turn, very last turn, you don't have a clock power, so you don't get anything there. So I've got a base of 3. And the bobber could get me up to 6. The pause could get me to 8. So I could, but I've got to put 2 cards back on top. So, let's put the reel back on top. And let's put the fall back on top. And so I kept the pause. Yeah, I just don't think I'm going to have enough to get that 10. That one was a 6. I think I'm going to go with the 6, because while I could get 4 more, I would have to extend myself to the point where I only have 1 card left in my hand, and that is just not going to be able to catch that 10-point fish. But I might as well go out in glory. Maybe if I rolled 2 blanks and then re-rolled. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go with the 6, because that's my best chance. And right now I need only 3 more, so I'm going to put the bobber and attach it to my long rod. And what's cool about the bobber, if I would have got it earlier, it would stay in play. As long as I would have used the live bait lures only, it would have stayed in play. So I would have had that boosted for a long time, but it didn't work out where I got the bobber where it would have helped in the long run. So in hindsight, I probably could have played that last turn or a couple turns back. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and go with this frog because I do not remember what color this was, and cast here. Alright, so it was black. And I do have 6 power, so I did get that right. And he hooks it, so it goes to the bait bucket, and one last hoorah. Got a purple and a white, and he's going to re-roll if he gets a blank. What do we got here? He didn't get a blank, and he got a jump? A jump and a debris, and I have a jump and a debris to catch him. Yeah. Alright, that is the final round of the game, and now we get to see what the final score is. Let's delete some stuff, get it out of the way. Delete. I don't want to delete that. So delete this, delete the dice, get everything out of the way. Alright, so let's see what I got here. I got a 10-pointer. So I did catch a pretty good 10-pointer, but I think, oh man, it's getting really, really low. 5. Oh, I had another 8. Alright, so I caught 6 fish, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pretty much almost a straight. Oh, it is a straight. Look at all those black. I was just going for blacks, it looks like. And 1 green and then 1 of any color. And so let's see what he got. He always catches 6 fish unless you counter. There's an anchor card that can cause him to not catch 1 if you're lucky. So, but I didn't have the anchor this game. So so far he's got 3 8s, a 7, a 6, a 9. So a 9, 3 8s, 7, and 6. All right, let's do the math here. So I've got 25, 31, wait, 25, 41, is that right? 25, hold on a second. 25 and 11 is 36. 40. Well, that's a pretty good score. 40 is not bad, but I don't think I pulled it off. 8, 16, 24, 37, and 9. 8, 16, 24, 37, and 9 is a 46. So he beat me 46 to 40. And that, folks, is Tournament Fishing, the deck building game, solo tournament. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I hope you got a little bit of information about what the game is about, and how to play, and just a glimpse of if you think you would like it. And I've really enjoyed doing this, and I will talk to you again next time, and I look forward to seeing you in the crowd cell. Alright, thanks folks, bye bye.